p.m. At the moment, we're on checkpoint duty. Personally, I hate it. I prefer being on patrol. Checkpoint duty is dead boring, so we just try to make it interesting. We decide who passes here and who doesn't. The checkpoint and the wall are the instruments that we use to break the people who would kill us. We break them. We make them suffer. They say that we came from the sea, and to the sea we will return. We will see about that. These Palestinians are the most obstinate people on earth. Well, except for us. Israelis are more obstinate.
We break them. We make them suffer. In the morning, in the night, in the sun, in the rain, in winter, in summer. Every season we break them. We walk on their dreams. We deny their history. We make their every living moment a misery so they will learn not to mess with Israel. We show them no pity. Best time for me is when the command wants a curfew enforced. I like that. Everybody likes a good curfew, brother.
There's nothing like a good curfew, it's true. You go out cruising the streets looking for any sucker who's breaking the curfew. Now the curfew is also an instrument. It's like a license to terrorize terrorists. You see a car, you shoot its tires, you smash its windscreen. You see a bunch of kids. And if they dare throw rocks at you, you have every right to shoot. It's a curfew. The rule of the curfew is 0 tolerance, maximum security, maximum fun for the IDF.
Hey Benny, remember that Amalekite slut we had in Ramallah?
Yeah, how could I forget? That was my first time.
I taught that boy everything he knows. Me and his rabbi at least. The 2 P's. The rabbi teaches him philosophy, I give him the practice. He's a fast learner for an Orthodox.
It was about 2 in the morning. The streets were dead quiet. Nothing stirred, not even the cockroaches were out. Now we had turned the corner just in time to see a bunch of kids smash a shop window of a clothing store. Now the kids made a run for it under a hail of rubber bullets and scare bombs. But as some of the guys started dragging the mannequins from the store onto the street, someone had a bottle of Arak, and someone hooked the CD player up to the loud hailer. Did we party? Did we what?
We rock!
We were dancing on the streets, dancing with these mannequins, fucking these mannequins. The arm went to the store. There was a kid, a girl of about 13 years old. She was hiding underneath the counter. Now she must have been left behind when the other kids had escaped, but for some reason this one didn't get out in time. Too scared to run maybe? She was a little slut. We locked her up in the room behind the post office and banged her for a week before she escaped. Now one of the guys, he had knocked the candle over that set fire to a pile of Hessian sacks he was having her on. She must have escaped when some of the guys started to put out the fire. I'll never forget that smell. That smell of burning Hessian, cum, and candle wax. Yeah, we didn't try to get her back though. We figured her family would finish her off. You know, her own people would have done that. If a woman has been violated, they don't think too much about the perpetrators. No, they would have beaten her to death. Fucking animals, man. That's what we're up against here.
Open bag. Not here, stupid. Move over there. Don't move. Take the stuff out of your bag and put it on the ground. What is that? Your lunch, I think. Where are you from? What? Where are you from?
Here, there, and nowhere.
I suppose you think that's amusing. Put your hands up. Don't move. Is that your ID card?
No, it's my mother's.
In that case, you don't mind me keeping it.
You've taken everything else, you might as well keep that too.
It seems to me like you don't want to get through this checkpoint today, smart boy. Well, That suits me fine. That suits me just fine. Now sit down, put your hands on your head, and shut up.
Sit down, put my hands on my head, shut up. Which one is it?
Shut up, stupid.
You know what? I'm never gonna forget you.
I said sit down! Watch him. If he moves, shoot him. I'm gonna check his ID.
So you are a student?
Yes?
What are you studying?
Veterinarian science.
Really? Why?
I like animals.
My cat's blind in one eye and arthritic. What would you recommend?
I don't know, I'm only in first year. I've missed lots of classes. Aspirin, maybe?
I'm not surprised you've missed lots of classes. Not if you behave like this every day. Why did you provoke him?
Questions, questions, questions. Is that all you people do? Ask questions that can't be answered?
Now who's asking questions?
I guess you win.
So where do you really come from?
From Mars. I'm from Mars.
From Mars? I've never met a Martian before.
Well, we're not so different, are we?
You hungry?
Of course.
Here. Don't tell him I gave it to you.
What is it?
Mars bar. And here's a few shekels. Buy yourself some lunch.
I don't want your money.
It's okay. I don't want you to starve because of my friend.
Your friend! That's what you call him!
He was just trying to impress me, okay?
Why are you helping me?
I don't see the point making you suffer unnecessarily.
You must be working for the wrong outfit then.
Hey, not all Israelis are the same, okay? Some of us, we don't even blame you.
Hey, what are you doing talking to him like that?
Like what? Human?
You want me to go outside so you can fuck him?
You're disgusting.
So you discuss with someone who deserves it, bitch.
Let him go, he's okay.
He's an Arab!
So?
First of all, he's an Arab, and that would be enough. Second, he's a smart-ass Arab. And third, he's an Arab from Gaza.
Okay, I get it.
You're lucky today, Khalil boy. Your permit expires in a week. I hope you can get it renewed. Now move.
Thanks. God bless.
Move before I change my mind!
How dare you ask me my name? You heard what the man said. No!
Move!
Get
I'm going to
going!
stuff a grenade up your filthy ass! That guy's got a real attitude problem. What a schmuck!
Yeah, what a schmuck.
Hey, you want to catch up for a coffee after we finish?
Sure. That was the first day we met. Was it life-changing? No, not that day. I had seen Palestinians being humiliated. Right from the first day I started working at Checkpoint Zero. That was nothing new. His name was Hani. A common enough name, but there was something different about him. I suppose you could say it was the sense that here was someone I empathized with. It was the next time we met that changed me. That was entirely unexpected.
May 2008. My name is Samira Dagan. I am fire outside the house, so she decided not to. I look out the window. I saw a bulldozer and 3 tanks about 50 meters from the house. We sat down and we prayed. When we finished praying, we heard the tanks coming closer. My mom said to me she'll put her outer garment on and she'll stand behind the door so she could open quickly if the soldiers came knocking. Then there was a huge explosion. Smoke filled the whole house. There were pieces of glass and wood all over the floor. The smoke was so thick I couldn't see my mother. Then soldiers rolled through the whole house, speaking in Hebrew. I asked, "Where is my mother?" But nobody answered. My brothers and sisters were crying and screaming. They put us in one room. Soldier sat at the entrance. His eyes were closed. He looked like he was asleep. I found my mother's mobile next to me, so I texted secretly to my father saying there was an explosion. Mother is not with us and I think she's hurt. Nobody came home. Finally, around 9 in the evening, the soldiers left the house. One of them said goodbye and waved to me as they were leaving. I took my 2-year-old brother in my hands, my 4-year-old sister running behind me. We ran to grandfather's house, about 300 meters away. Uncle Muhammad was there, and I told him what had happened. But he didn't believe me, and he ran back to our house. The soldiers killed our mother for no reason.
Same old Palestinian tango. How's your cat?
He's okay. Still blind, still arthritic. I gave him aspirin like you suggested, but he just spat it out on the carpet along with most of his dinner.
Well, that's the way it is with some cats. They prefer sickness over health.
How's the Mars bar?
I haven't touched it yet. It's still in my bag. I keep it to remind me of you.
You should eat it before it goes stale. I'll give you another one if you like it. They don't call me the Mars bar princess for nothing. Listen, sorry about what happened the other day. Yoram's a jerk.
Yoram? Who? Oh, the corporal. Yeah, I liked him. He was great. You know where you stand with a man like that? They should promote him. Make him the leader of the Gush Emunim or some other fascist clique. He'd go a long way in your outfit. All he needs now is a nice brown shirt.
He's an idiot. His family are settlers. They're all fascists.
It's okay. Not all Israelis are the same. There's good and bad on both sides.
I like that. You're funny.
Yeah, but I came too serious.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, sometimes I can be very somber.
Me too. Sometimes I can be very somber. Are you going to uni today?
I might as well. I've only got a few more days left on this pass. And after that, it's all in the hands of Allah.
Allah!
And Yoram.
And Europe. Yeah, that's a good combination.
If God's on my side, I'll get my pass renewed. But if he's on Yoram's side, I'll have nothing better to do than stay home and make rockets.
Hey! That's not funny.
I'm from Gaza, remember?
Are you really from Gaza?
Yeah, but we moved to the West Bank so that I could be closer to the university.
Who's we? Your parents?
My mother and my grandmother. My ladies, if you will.
Well, what about your father? Where is he?
He died when we were in Lebanon.
I'm sorry.
It was a long time ago.
Would you let me help you?
Help me?
Yeah. If you had a part-time job, you could stay near the uni. I have friends who own a restaurant. They sometimes employ Palestinians. I could ask.
Thank you. But I can't. I've got to stay home and look after my ladies.
Well, you're a ladies' man. I like that.
Speaking of God.
Come here. Here's my phone number. You can call me if you want to.
What's your name? I don't even know your name.
Sivan. My name is Sivan. Now move. Go through what you say. Hey,
When's the best time to call you?
forget it. Exactly what the stupid I said!
What's up, baby?
Usually around. I was quiet on the Western Front.
You've got to be vigilant.
Yeah, you sure have.
Yeah, make sure you're vigilant. Make sure you don't get yourself a reputation.
Such as?
Such as a sharmuta, Arab-loving, self-hating Jewish slut.
I love you too, Iran.
Have you ever been involved in something that takes you over against your own good judgment? You say something, you start something that's wrong or impossible or both, and even though you know it's dangerous, you just keep going as if that thing's got its own self-destructive momentum against you and you're just powerless to stop it. That's the way it was with her. Sivan. No Israeli soldier ever spoke to me, a Palestinian, as if time and place and status, the past, the present, the future had ever been invented yet. We're acting as if we're in a different realm entirely. We were at checkpoint 0, acting as if we were free to be ourselves.
Where?
Coming up, the one with the sun is. She's mine, okay? It's my turn, right? Yeah, just leave it to me, dude. Yours will take care of this little babe.
Alright, well, what am I gonna do?
I don't know, you can go and take a break. You can ask Sivan for a Mars bar and slide it up your ass. Or you can go and jerk off if you like. I don't know, just use your imagination.
I don't feel like jerking off. I've done it twice already today. I'm all dried up.
What are you, a man or what? Just keep the line moving and leave the chick to me.
Alright.
Hey, you.
Me?
Turn around.
Why?
I just want to see if you're as pretty as I think you are.
Satisfied.
Where are you from?
Bethlehem.
Now, how did I know that?
No idea.
I think Bethlehem girls are the prettiest, without doubt. Except for Israeli girls, of course.
Can I go?
Where you coming from?
From where?
Where do you work?
In a shop.
What kind of shop?
A chemist.
Chemist. Nice. Do you have an ID card?
I'm a minor.
And you think I care about that?
I'm only 16.
You're only 16, plus a few years, and a whole lot of experience. Oh, look at that woman! She's offended. See how she covers her face? Yeah, cover your face, you crone. That way I don't have to look at it. You come with me.
Leave her alone. She has done nothing wrong.
And who are you? A guardian angel?
I know her.
What difference does that make?
She is from a good family. Her father is a doctor. Haram.
Doctor. And who are you?
I'm her neighbor.
Really? And where are you going, neighbor?
To work. Can I go?
Don't move.
What have I done?
That's for you to know and me to find out. Do you know this woman?
Of course, she's my neighbor.
And what's her name, this neighbor?
My name's Miriam Thomas, and I'm Christian.
I wasn't asking you, neighbor. And I don't give a fuck about your religious orientation. I was asking the pretty one here.
Her name is Miriam Thomas.
Yeah? You know her, do you? And what does she do, this Miriam Thomas? Is she married? Does she have children? Is she a member of a band organization? Does she enjoy gardening after church on Sundays? Does she keep chickens in her backyard?
I am married. I have 2 children, and I'm a singer.
Is that so, pretty one? She's single? Does she have a husband and 2 children? Does she keep chickens? Does she cry out in agony when her husband beats her at night?
Yes, yes.
ID cards. Give me your IDs. Just as I thought. The lady singer with a husband and 2 children and the chickens and the pretty underage chemist condom seller do not live in the same street or even in the same neighborhood. You are liars, ladies. Lady liars. From a nation of liars. You sing something.
What?
You're a singer. sing something.
Here?
Why not? It will be lovely. I'll take this lion neighbor of yours, who you've never met, and who I'm sure is hiding something. I'll take her for searching, and you will provide me a compliment. Do you know anything sad? I said sing, or I'll take you for searching too.
No, please, please, no.
1, 2, 3, 4, sing. Was classic Yarm. All the guys here want to be like Yarm, but only Yarm has the balls to be Yarm. He won't hurt her. No, not here. Yarm. He and I started together and we're still together. When we finish our duty, we're going to Australia for a holiday. Australia sounds like paradise. Some of the guys, they go to India and spend 3 months stoned. They just want to forget about this place for a while. You know, get stoned, fucking forget. But Yarm and I are going to Sydney, Australia. We really wanted to go to Bali, but because we're Israeli, we cannot get a visa. They got punished then. But then we heard that Aussie guys go to Bali for cheap sex, so while they're away, we're going to Sydney. But that was Yarm's idea. We're going to go swimming every day, get stoned, fuck and forget. Well, Yarm will get to fuck a lot more than me, no doubt. I mean, that's only fitting. He has a lot more to forget. I can write a whole book about Yarm. God bless him.
I phoned Sivan on my lunchtime break. She invited me to a dance place called the Yellow Submarine in Tel Aviv. I can't believe I actually called her. She repeated the name of the club and the address so that I could write it down. The Yellow Submarine, Tel Aviv. I told her it seemed like a strange name for a dance place, but she said it had something to do with beetles or bugs or something, and that it was nowhere near as strange as her having the nerve to ask me to meet her there, which was even more confusing. But I didn't care.
He called me. Suddenly I was asking him to meet me. When I got off the phone, the questions came flooding in. What had I done?
What was I getting myself into? What were the consequences if I was discovered? For her? For me? For us? She gave me instructions on what to wear and how to behave so that I wouldn't stir up any suspicions. She told me not to wait outside the club, but to meet her on a nearby corner.
Why shouldn't I be attracted to him? He was witty, intelligent, studious. He seemed considerate. I hated the army. I didn't have David Ben-Gurion tattooed on my ass. Wasn't I free to see whoever I wanted to? Was it my fault I was born Israeli?
After the phone call, I went to my lecture, but my mind felt like glue. I tried to concentrate, but all I could think about was Sivan. After a while, I just gave up on the lecture. I closed my eyes and I tried to recall everything about her. The way she looked, the color of her eyes, the sound of her voice, the strange way we met, everything we had ever said to each other. Then at dusk, I made my way through Old Jerusalem to the city of Tel Aviv.
Then came the doubts. I was drafted to protect Israel, and here I was falling for a Palestinian? Was I really a sharmuta, Arab lover, self-hating Jewish slut? My parents were peace activists. They blamed Israel for the Entcheva, but I doubted they would be happy with me dating a Palestinian. When I saw him, my doubts evaporated. I took him by the hand and led him into the club. The doorman smiled at us and waved us through. I wondered, what would he have done if he was smuggling an Arab into an Israeli club?
Okay, we will show you three names. One of them is his. Which one is it? Number 1, 2, or 3?
Have I done something wrong? Am I in trouble?
Just answer that question.
Is he in trouble?
Who?
Hani!
Thank you. Do you love your country?
Do you want me to be honest?
Do you love your country?
Yes or no?
I love my country, but I don't love everything my country does.
As a member of the armed forces, you are obliged to love your country above all else.
What do you know about him?
Who?
The suspect.
Don't play games with us private, huh?
He's a
Do you
student.
know the names of his family?
How his friends
What
are.
are his friends' names?
What about his family? Do you know their names?
No.
Then why did you offer to help him find a job in this university?
Why? Because I thought it would make his life less stressful.
So our armed forces now see it as their duty to make the lives of our enemy less.
Oh.
Why did you take him to the yellow submarine?
There's a dance club. We went there to dance. That's all.
Are you aware of the consequences for a member of the armed forces who collaborates with the enemy or compromises us in any way?
I don't believe Hani poses a threat to our security. He's no terrorist.
Did he tell you this? How do you know he's not a terrorist? What happens when your beloved gets on a Jerusalem bus loaded with little children and old ladies that detonates a bomb? Will you still be saying he's not a terrorist?
He's a good person. Okay, you like
Oh,
animals.
he's an animal lover.
Exactly, what if I down to the suspect, does it?
No.
What about you? You're also an animal lover, eh?
You seem to love this honey.
I like him. Is that a
He's an
crime?
Arab.
And that qualifies him to be a terrorist, does it?
Well, Arabs are terrorists until proven otherwise.
Oh, really?
You really don't know very much about him, do you?
Obviously.
Sir, what is an Israeli soldier doing fraternizing with an electronic engineer from Gaza, eh? What kind of secrets have you been exchanging?
Exchanging? I'm not exchanging anything.
Cut the crap!
What questions has he asked you?
He hasn't asked me anything.
Self-hating, Arab-loving, anti-Semite, do-gooding Jewish comeback bitch. You have forgotten your past and you're ready to sell your country for mouse
Why
past!
are you collaborating with the enemy?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, sir. If you are as innocent as you pretend to be, you can turn this mistake into a mission, eh? You will find out everything about this Hani. What organizations he belongs to, what names of his associates, what he eats, what he shits with, facts, everything.
How am I going to do that?
He likes you, Sivan. Use it.
Sivan, get dressed. It's your shift.
Benny, what are you doing here?
I work here, remember? Get your uniform on. Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Bad dream, that's all.
If not, then I will get on my hands and knees and lick your boots. But if you can find it somewhere in yourself to look at me as a human being, then you have to realize that I have rights. You have violated all our rights. You've broken down our door, you've smashed our furniture, you've thrown our belongings on the floor, you even smashed the toilet. You used your weapon. You burnt the house on top. And we had to endure 2 days of fumes. Then you bombarded the neighbor's house for days and we still endured it. Look around you. Look where you are, soldier. You're in our house. You respect nothing of our privacy. You even went through my grandmother's underwear. Our private photos. Our memories growing up in this country. You took those photos and you shredded them to pieces. The embroidery on the wall that said peace and justice for Palestine, you ripped it and you set fire to it as if it was a danger to you. Yeah. Now you've got the guns and you think this gives you the right and the power to do this to us. But if you stopped for one moment to consider how you Jews were once yourselves in our position, you pride yourselves in your suffering. Your people have known degradation and despair and unutterable humiliation. Your forefathers have endured the hell of Auschwitz. Yet now you're the perpetrators of an injustice against us, as if we were the objects of your lust for revenge against all those who persecuted you. Soldier, we cannot go on living like this. We have to learn to respect each other.
You have cigarette? I don't smoke. Good for you.
I don't agree with it, actually.
Up to you. I personally don't see a point on not smoking. My name is Ahmad Abu Ali, but everybody calls me Abu Laz. Who are you?
My name is Hani.
Good to be with you, Hani. You from here?
I'm from Gaza, but I'm studying in Bethlehem, so I live here now. I haven't been home in a year. Forgot what it looks like.
Count yourself lucky for that. Sure as hell, it don't look nothing like it did when you left.
Hani Second! Are you Hani Second?
No, but you
Take your
are.
seat. Hani Second!
Yes.
You are Hani Second?
Yes.
Thank you. Take a seat. Yes.
It's the officer that was here yesterday.
Stand behind the line.
Where? I don't see no line.
If I say there is a line, it means that is a line.
Albert, please, do you see a line?
Are you people stupid or ugly?
Alright. I will stand here. Is that alright with you?
What do you want?
It's the officer that was here yesterday, today.
Why do you want noise?
Because she told me to come back today.
She is not here.
Well, it's the one who was here the day before yesterday. Is she here?
Why?
Because she told me to come back yesterday.
If she told you to come back yesterday, why are you here today?
I did come back yesterday, but the woman told me to come back
What
today.
woman?
The woman I came to see yesterday who told me to come back today. But look, I just want to get an ID card for my daughter. She's studying the rehabilitation.
Rehabilitation.
Yeah, rehabilitation therapist. Therapist. Olivia at the college in Nablus. She's a very good girl, but she can't attend the college anymore because she doesn't have an ID.
How old is she when I get around?
Already 2 years. My daughter is top of her game. My daughter's very smart and has a very good heart, but if she doesn't have an ID, she can't do anything. All she wants to do is to finish her studies so she can help people, you know, who don't have no arms or legs or been hit by a bomb or shot, you know.
She's been going there for 2 years without needing a card. Why does she need one now?
Because her college is in Nablus, and now you've built this wall, which is bad enough. There is no direct route, and there are 2 checkpoints you cannot pass without an ID. You know, it is true also for my husband, whose farm is on the other side of the wall. It used to take him, 10 minutes to get there? Now it takes him 3 hours. My daughter can't even get to Nablus anymore.
I can't do anything about the wall. The wall has been put there to protect the safety of Israeli citizens from whatever you know who.
I don't know who, I don't care who. I just want my daughter to finish her
What's
studies.
your daughter's name?
Janine Fakwa, she's a
Right
very, very
here.
good girl. All right.
What do you study?
Engineering.
Engineer! That's an honorable profession. I'm a gigolo myself. Not such an honorable profession, but it pays the rent. Well, it did when I lived in Jaffa. I had a very nice room there with a view of the sea, big comfortable bed. It was a pure pleasure to rub your dick on. Lady Jewesses loved it too.
So what happened?
Lethal combination of bad luck and bad habits got me thrown out. One of my clients' husbands busted me in bed with his wife. Then the police ransacked my room, they stashed my bed, they found a bag of pills and some hash. After they got me arrested, they bashed me senseless and they dropped me here with no papers, no prospects. No sense of humor, God's chosen people. And I've been coming here every day for the last 3 months, and every day my Zion shrivels a bit from lack of activity. Use it or lose it, they say. But so far nothing has happened. It's a disaster. It's a disaster for me, disaster for my lady Jews. They may be Jews, married to eat Jews, but they have got feelings too. They have a right to get laid.
I might see your next. There is no Janine Fakwa.
Fakwa.
Don't fuck with me. She is not in the register.
Yes, I already told you she's not on the register because she doesn't have an ID.
If she is not in the register, she cannot have an ID. That's the rule.
But
Next.
after she finished.
It is your fault that she is not registered, you fat cow, so don't be complaining it on the wall. If you had registered, she should have had an ID. But since you didn't, there is absolutely nothing.
Oh, that
I can
is
do.
true. Yes, we didn't register her because we didn't know the regulations. And if we had known, we would have registered her.
It is your duty as a parent to know what the regulations are. You got a new set to
Oh,
blame.
that was 16 years ago.
How have we to know she is your daughter?
She is my daughter. I ought to know. I gave birth to her.
That's all very well for you to know, but how have we to know that?
Excuse me, everybody knows she is my daughter. She even looks like me. She has the same eyes, the same nose, the same teasy Arab. She
Like
walks
a
like
thing.
me.
I need to make some inquiries.
Well, I have to wait long, you see. When I have a shop, when I'm here, it's closed.
Hang in there.
What?
It will take as long as it takes. Hang in there. This is for you. Right here. Take a seat. This office is now closed.
Give him some delicious enchilada. Shut up.
I was surprised how quickly it happened. The transaction had taken 2 hours. Every other time I'd been there, it had taken days. It was as if there was some kind of divine intervention or something. When I opened the envelope, there was a pass and a note from Sivan. I was right. Divine intervention. The note said she was at Ali's coffee house. don't know how you did it, but thanks.
Courtesy of my mother, she has friends with influence.
Please tell her I'm very grateful.
She'll be happy to know you got it.
You shouldn't have come here.
Are you ashamed to be seen with me?
It's dangerous for you here. There are people here who would kill you if they found out who you were.
What about you? Would they kill you for being seen with me? For being an informer, maybe?
I think you know the answer to that.
Okay, I'm sorry, stupid question.
The question was okay, the context was the problem. The guy in the car, is he with you?
Yeah, he's my cousin. He brought me here.
Is he in the IDF as well?
Yuri. God forbid. He's not old enough yet, but he claims he will be a refusnik.
Good for Yuri. Seems to me like a whole family's got a conscience problem.
I was hoping we'd be able to talk. Do you want me to go?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I only said that because I was afraid.
Is this the future for us? The same as the past? Fear and suspicion? Suspicion and fear? Will there always be a wall between us?
What I meant to say was that in the
Can
last
two people defy their birthright?
Yes, if they want to, anything is possible. But what I meant to say
I
was...
don't know what I was doing, giving you my phone number, going dancing with you. It can only end in disaster.
What I meant to say was that I love you!
Impossible. You can't love me.
Out of one dream, another is born.
This is crazy. There's people staring at us. I have to go. I was only playing with you, okay? I'm sorry.
Only a radical gesture within the current situation, which seems impossible, can make change possible. I love you.
Assalam.
Good evening, Benjamin.
Good evening, Rabbi. I wanted to ask you about the purity of weapons principle.
The purity of weapons principle.
Yes, in one of our discussions we debated the question if according to holy law it's permitted to kill unarmed men or women or children, or as in a just war we're only permitted to kill soldiers.
And what was your view, Benny?
I was of the view that the Arabs should be treated like the Amalekites, meaning it is our duty to exterminate them until their remembrance is blotted out from under heaven, no?
In my view, you are correct. Absolutely.
Second problem I have is whether I'm permitted to put myself in danger by allowing a woman to stay alive. Because you know there have been times in the past when women have been suicide bombers.
You are correct. Under no circumstances should an Arab, male or female, be trusted, even if they give the impression of being civilized. When you come across an Arab female in the course of your duty, on a raid or patrol, then it is mitzvah to kill them.
Thank you, Rabbi. I don't doubt you. However, it is difficult sometimes in this game of war.
Be careful there, Benjamin. This notion of war as a game belongs to the non-Jewish nations. According to their customs, war has its own rules, as if it were some sort of sporting contest like the Olympic Games. But war for us Israelis is no game. It is a vital necessity. In wartime, it is mitzvah to kill them. Be assured, my son, that is the rule of the purity of weapons, according to our sages of blessed memory. In wartime, as Rabbi Shimon used to say, the best of Gentiles, kill him. Best of snakes, dash out its brains.
Thank you, Rabbi. What you said is clear. I just wish that this matter of purity of weapons could be made clear to all our personnel. But what you've told me will allow me to follow the line of our ancestors clearly and unambiguously. Thank you, Rabbi.
Good night, Benjamin. Be in peace. You and all Jews.
Thank you, Rabbi. Good night.
After several days of not seeing Hani, I began to worry. I decided to try and to find his house. When I finished at the checkpoint, I bought some oranges and a bowl of chancliche, then went home and changed. I took the bus to the West Bank. When I arrived in Ramallah, I was surprised at how normal his neighborhood seemed. I had been here before, but coming here now, without a gun and a uniform, it seemed entirely different. I gazed at the same doors and windows at which I previously had to stare at, hawk-eyed and scared in case a gunman or a bomber should burst through and attack us. I looked calmly at the same gangs of youths who, when I was in uniform, would have been throwing rocks at me, but who now seemed completely harmless. After asking for directions in the best Arabic I could muster, I was eventually directed to a narrow street and a small rundown house with the windows half boarded up. As I approached, the street lights went out. There was a power failure. A woman came out of the house and knelt in the doorway, lighting a kerosene lamp. Hello, can you tell me if Hani lives here?
Who wants to know?
I'm a friend of his.
I'm his mother. Do I know you?
No, I don't think so, not unless he mentioned me.
Hani's at university. Maybe he'll be back later.
Do you mind if I wait for him?
Suit yourself.
Here, this is for you.
What is it?
Just some oranges and a little chancliche.
Shacklish? We don't get much shacklish around here these days. That will be welcome. Thank you. Please come in. Hani shouldn't be long. Bye, darling. This is Hani's grandmother.
Salam alaikum.
Who is this? Is that Muhammad? Is that you, my boy? Where have you been?
Muhammad is dead, mother.
Muhammad is dead! Why didn't you tell me?
It's been already 5 years, ya Ahmed.
My grandson is dead. What happened? The Jews, huh?
Who else?
Where am I? Am I in Gaza?
We're in Ramallah, mother. We left Gaza 2 years ago, remember?
2 years ago? Oh, I think I remember that.
I'm sorry, miss. My mother is deaf and a little forgetful. May Allah bless her. She has been through so much, her mind is mixed up like Yachni.
It's understandable. My grandmother is also forgetful and deaf.
It's hard on the old people, you know. Old people should have only good memories to comfort them in their old age. Haram.
We were well off once, you know. Before the Nakba, the catastrophe. We were respected. My husband was Sheikh Sakakini's accountant. Our house was the envy of the neighborhood. We had fruit trees and an olive grove more than 200 years old. And we had a gardener who lived in his own stone house in the orchard. Oh, he grew all our vegetables, you know. Cucumber, tomato, batinjane. Oh, the biggest red radishes you've ever seen. You've never seen so much food. And every morning, an old Bedouin hawker would come. He would carry his sack full of yogurt to Samni and the most delicious goat's cheese you've ever tasted. Oh, if you want a good cheese, you buy it from a Bedouin. The Bedouins make the best cheese. And they shot him right outside our house. He was walking in the middle of the street with his sack and they shot him in the head right in front of our house.
Mother, would you like to go to bed?
Now look at us, bogus. Who is this? Fatima. Oh.
It's Hani's friend, ya Ahmed. Fatima is dead.
Dead? Fatima. Oh, my dear sister-in-law is dead. My grandson is dead. My sister is dead. My husband is dead. Who do I have left in this world?
You have me, ya Ahmed. And Hani, your grandson. Mother, would you like to go to bed?
Hani, Habibi, he's a good boy, my grandson. You know, that's my daughter Siad's second son. She went to Al-Mumanias, the best school in Jerusalem. But Hani should have gone to Al-Mumanias. He didn't. He was born in Syria. He's never even seen the old house. The house belongs to him. He's never even seen it.
Where was your house?
Jueda?
Where was your house?
What?
She said, where was your house?
Oh, in Katamun, of course, everyone knew how to find our house. We were well known. My husband was Sheikh Sakakini's accountant, you know. Our house was always open. We had a loft full of food, and when I think of it falling into the hands of those murderers, it turns my stomach.
That's enough now, Mother. I'm sure our guest doesn't want to know all this.
No. Please let her talk. I want to know what your family has been through. The old lady was amazing. She didn't know what day it was or even where she lived, but her memory of the past was so lucid and so clear, I was mesmerized, afraid and ashamed all at once.
Before I was married, I was a Jew, you know. I converted to Islam for my husband. My whole family turned against me. I will never forgive them. My own brother was in the Hagana, you know. They even killed some British who brought us here in the first place. They bombed the King David Hotel. My husband saw it with his own eyes. My husband saw it with his own eyes from the balcony of his office. And you know, they got into the hotel by pretending to be Arab delivery men, and they had hidden explosives in milk cans. And they had killed over 100 people, Arab, British, and Jews. I will never, ever forgive them. You know, my husband was Sheikh Sakakini's accountant.
Hani eventually arrived home, but not before his Jewish grandmother had told me their family history over 3 generations. At first I thought he was angry with me. He just sat by the window picking at the food his mother had prepared for him. He hardly spoke. But later, when his grandmother and mother had gone to bed, we talked and talked. I was in love with a man my superiors believed was a member of a terrorist cell. But somehow, discovering that his grandmother had been Jewish, it made me feel justified.
When I arrived home and found Sivan sitting there, I was amazed at how ordinary it seemed. What should have felt strange seemed normal. It was bizarre. She was sitting there chatting with my family as if she was a neighbor who just dropped in to drink tea and gossip. Before I had liked it, but now I was feeling something much more frightening. I was in love with a Jewish soldier. We talked about everything. I told her about how my brother Muhammad was killed in Gaza because he was a driver for Hamas, and how I had vowed to avenge his death. And she told me about her family's guilt and confusion over their Israeli identity, and how her father hoped that one day Jews and Palestinians could live together side by side in one country. When she wept, I held her for the first time. I had these 2 small keys that I wore around my neck. They were the keys to my grandmother's house in Qatamun that my mother gave me. When she gave them to me, she told me to keep them very safe. And that when I found the girl I wanted to marry, I would give her one of the keys as a symbol of my love.
Put your hands out where I can see them, slowly. I want to see your ugly face. And if it's the ugly face I think it is, you won't be going nowhere I don't tell you to go. Turn around! It's you, smart boy, whose papers are almost expired, or possibly even expired. What's in the bag?
I checked it, Corporal. He's clean.
I'll check again if you don't mind. Not that I don't believe you're private, but in the interest of the current high security alert, I'll take a look myself. This one is highly suspect. His cousin's in prison, and he also once worked in a garage whose workshop is under surveillance. Yeah, don't look surprised, pally boy. I know all about you. Empty the bag. What is that?
What does it look like?
Looks like a Mars bar, right? Would you say that's a Mars bar, Private?
Yes.
I didn't hear what?
Yes, it looks like a Mars bar.
Well, if it looks like a Mars bar, and it tastes like a Mars bar, it's a Mars bar! What's that? What's that packet? Lenny, check it out.
It's safe.
What is it?
It's falafel.
Falafel. What do you think of these falafels, Private?
I think they're harmless enough.
Yes. Well, I reckon you know. I reckon you would have seen a few falafel rolls in your time, huh? Take your shirt off, Pally boy. Nice and slow. Take it off! What's that you got hanging around your neck? Looks like a key. Would you say that's a key, Private?
Yes, what's your point?
My point here is that this piece of shit is wearing a key around his neck. And that's all we've established so far. But what kind of key is it? Is it merely an ornament? Or does this key belong to a lock? Is that lock on a door? Is it on some kind of box or chest? Is it a memento that a lover gives to a lover as if to say, here's the key to my heart? Or an ammunition box? Or what? What is the key for? Take it off. I know someone else who wears a key like this. I think that's strange. Don't you think that's strange, Private? Can I see your key?
Why?
Because I think it's strange that our enemy wears a key around his neck, and you do too. Don't you think that's a strange coincidence?
No, it's quite common practice.
And something else that's sinister. He happens to have a Mars bar in his bag. Whoever heard of Pally boys going around with Mars bars in their bags? Give me your key. What are they doing in heaven today? Where sin and sorrow have gone away. Peace abounds like a river, they say. What are they doing there now? I'm thinking of friends that I used to know, who lived in suffering in this world below. Have they gone up to heaven is what I want to know. What are they doing there now? Okay. The same. Exactly the same. Unbelievable. Incredible, amazing, astonishing as it may seem. These keys have been made for the exact, precise same lock. Who would have thought this could happen? That proves my point that anything is possible here at Checkpoint Zero. And if we can get down to the bottom of this mystery, we have unlocked a secret that could change the course of the strangely pertinacious Israeli-Palestinian relationship.